Hey guys, you ever use a little thing called Remote Play on your phone to play your PlayStation games? Well, soon you might be able to do that on your Nintendo Switch. Let's get into it.
So, remote play is going to happen on the Nintendo Switch, or may happen, I should say. What are your thoughts on that, Nick?
Well, as someone who is still getting into using my Switch, I think it is a welcome thing because I play my PlayStation more than any other console. That is my main console.
Mm.
But I mean, imagine it, dude. Imagine having the ability to play your PlayStation games and have that same awesome function that everybody loves the Switch for by being able to play it on an actual console, but it's mobile. That's that's a huge plus. And
Yep.
honestly, I think it's a smart move because um, Sony has a huge library of games that I think there's a lot of Switch owners that would be down with that. You know.
Well, you have to understand too that if you have Sony Remote Play, you'd have to have a PlayStation as well.
Yes, this is true.
So if you've already playing it on the PlayStation, so I mean, I don't see the
Well,
benefit here. I mean, I never really got into the remote play because if I really wanted to play something, I'd probably play it on the PlayStation, not just like on my phone or the Vita or whatnot.
right,
Because you're going
right.
to get a lot of artifacting. I mean, it's there for like to so you can stream and stuff like that. But the
Yeah.
artifacting and stuff like that, it's just not, especially through Wi-Fi. It's not going to happen. It to me,
Um,
it no.
while I do agree, I have used remote play at least a few times on
Hmm.
my phone to like play something while I'm in the restroom or uh I wanted to watch something on my Xbox or something while my PlayStation's running. That's one way to do it. And honestly, I feel like the Switch would be able to handle that even better than a phone.
No.
And you don't think so?
Nope. I get way more a better reception on my phone than I do on the Nintendo Switch. To be honest with you,
If we're talking about it being connected via the same internet connection,
hmm
do you think that makes a difference or?
no, it doesn't. I mean, in my experience may vary, but still, like I don't
Well,
know.
you got a fast internet too.
Yeah,
Come to think of it.
I have pretty goddamn good internet, but I don't know, man. Like just to download maybe a let's say a 5 gig game that I bought, it would take at least an hour. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? So, at least for these streaming services that were coming into fruition, like Stadia stuff like that, they need at least a 10 megabit connection
Yeah.
download, and with at least Wi-Fi, I don't think it's gonna happen with Wi-Fi, man.
You
And
don't
it,
see
it,
it.
it needs to be wired. It just, I'm sorry. I've even used
Yeah.
the Sony SharePlay, or what is it SharePlay, right? On my phone, it latency, man, all over the place. They have the
Wait,
same
no, you're talking about remote play still.
remote play. They say
Yeah.
SharePlay. I meant
Okay. Okay.
remote play.
Yeah.
Remote
Okay.
play.
I was just making sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Um.
latency is number one key right there. I tried playing,
Yeah.
even games that aren't like multiplayer intensive, so that you can just experience the game on a single player aspect. I was
Yeah.
still getting artifacts, delay, latency. Well,
Yeah.
latency is delay, but it didn't work. And I mean, that was like maybe I think a couple years ago, but maybe it's gotten better. But I
Yeah.
also tried out
I.
the what do you call it? The PlayStation Now, right?
Oh
Where
yeah.
it's the streaming service that you can
That's
stream
their
like
streaming
PlayStation
service.
3 games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I had a hardwired connection and it was still kind of spotty, but
Yeah.
results may vary. But the results I got being in the Midwest, it just
Yeah.
didn't work.
I mean,
Especially when half the time, are you really going to be by your router the whole like the majority of the time, or 90%? 90% of the people that are playing your your PlayStation, is it really going to be hardwired? No, 90% of the people are going to be wireless because that's just
Yeah.
where it's going to be at. You're not going to be close to the router, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So until they can fucking nip it in the butt with the latency with wireless, it's just not going to happen. It's not.
Yeah. I guess it really depends on the kind of game you're playing and what kind of performance you're looking for,
Mm-hmm.
because if I played an RPG on it that turn-based battles, so you don't really have this urgency when it starts lagging,
Mm-hmm.
It's and yeah, it would lag and you'd get artifacting and that kind of thing, which that's gonna happen, with a connection like that. But or wireless connection, I mean, but it didn't really affect the game overall.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. But playing something like I don't know why you would playing Call of Duty or something over that connection.
It ain't
Nope,
gonna happen.
no sir. And I think that goes almost doubly for anything over like PlayStation Now
Mm-hmm.
that still has multiplayer servers online. I don't think it's
Look, PlayStation
viable at
Now
the moment.
has gotten better. It has
It
gotten better
has.
because I remember
I tried it a
using
long
it.
time ago.
Yeah, I used it a long time ago, and then I think they lowered the price to from $20 a month to $10, and so I
Yeah.
was like, okay, well maybe they fixed it. So I tried the another free pass because it gave me another like 7-day free pass. I used it. It's pretty good, but like there's still a bit of latency,
Yeah.
and when you feel like you're off a little bit, it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right in my, when you're playing it.
Yeah.
Even if you're playing it on the Switch or something like that, just that little bit of latency, it distracts me, and I can't do it.
And I think there's really, you know, two sides of the fence when it comes to that. You're gonna have gamers that won't care as much,
Mm,
and then they're gonna have gamers like you who are gonna care, and it's gonna ruin the experience for them. And
of
um,
course. Like the
and,
same, the results may
yeah,
vary. So,
exactly. I think from what I have heard Sony's put a lot of work into it
mm,
to improve it because that was their main competition against the Game Pass,
yep.
which I think is still probably better right now. Just if we're being honest, because
Well,
I would,
now
I,
the PlayStation Now you can actually download certain games. You can actually download them now.
oh, okay,
Yeah. So
okay,
not only can you stream it, but you can also download it. But it's only for PlayStation 4 games, not PlayStation 3.
hmm, that's kind of a bummer. But that's
Mm.
that's because the PS4 doesn't have any internal emulation software or
Yeah, you're right.
hardware. Yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
um,
Because
and so
the PlayStation 3 had the cell architecture, and it was very
yep,
hard
the
to code
cell.
with. I mean, everybody knows the spiel about the PlayStation 3.
Oh
They
God,
know
yeah,
this. But
yeah,
that's why we don't have the backwards compatibility like we do, is because it's so hard to emulate that. But I'm sure there's somebody
absolutely,
out there that can crack it. But I think that it's just ultimately on Sony's part to hire
yeah,
somebody to crack the code. But hey, it seems like they got something going from the PlayStation 5. Maybe
yeah.
offering us some
There's a
backwards
lot of
compatibility from
rumors.
1, 2, and 3. So maybe they hired somebody to crack it and maybe emulate it. We don't
That
know,
is,
but that's all speculation.
yeah, that right there plus PS1 and 2 would make it my dream console. I know I've said this before.
Hmm.
Um, I know that they haven't really looked too hard into PS3 emulation for that exact reason
Yep.
because it's actually pretty expensive to go and try to make technology that runs that cell single cell processor correctly in
Hmm.
emulation. It's difficult for them, and I get it. And so even if the PS5 isn't fully backwards compatible right off the bat, I'm not going to be upset about it. If it comes a little bit further down the line,
Of
cool. They
course.
can take their time and make it work.
Hmm.
Um,
But the thing is that the remote play, it's just, I don't think we're there yet. And we've been kind of like saying that for about a year and a half now. How I
yeah.
think that the whole streaming service right now is a generation off. I think we're literally a
Mm,
generation off. If we could just give another one more year to perfect it, I think we'd have it. But right
I
now,
think, yeah,
I think right now it's out of the question because of I don't know. I'm not. I mean, I'm a techie, but I don't know how wireless works.
yeah,
So the signal strength between the console and your router or modem really differs on what the capability is. So it's very I'm not going to go out there and spend $500 on a router to make sure that I have the
yeah,
best strength. You know what I'm saying for the Wi-Fi. And I'm pretty
yeah.
sure 85% of the people that are having the Switch are probably not going to have that. But like I said, you also need a PlayStation 4 anyway. So this is just not
Hmm.
like it's not like Stadia where it's streaming from a server or something like that, or
Right,
PlayStation
right.
Now. I
This
honestly
isn't.
think that PlayStation Now would probably benefit more than the remote play because
Mhm.
that way they can work out the kinks that way and actually have a full functioning streaming service like Stadia for the Switch with the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation or whatever. But
Right.
that's just hearsay. But I think that people don't have the money to go out and spend the type of money to actually have a stable connection. And you have
Yeah.
to understand that people have very different fucking speeds, and variables are all over the place with this.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, and excuse me. If you think about it, like even if it's been improved a lot on PlayStation,
Hmm.
that doesn't mean it's going to run as well on Nintendo. If they were to do that,
Yep.
have PlayStation Now come to the Switch. But
Hmm.
I think from my experience, uh, PlayStation Now doesn't work as well as Remote Play from what I've seen.
It's decent.
Uh,
It's decent. You just have to have. I don't know,
yeah.
man. Like
But
it all
the
depends on the
question,
cable too, like the Cap
right,
6 and Cap
right,
7 or whatever it is.
yeah, yeah. But the question is, how well could a Switch run it? And so
Hmm.
that's something that I'm interested to find out. And so hopefully we get to hear more about that real soon. Um,
I'm
that's
excited.
Yeah, I am too.
But the thing is that is the technology really there, or do we need to
Right.
sit there and make it, bake it a little bit more, and make sure that everything's, to where it needs to be,
Yeah, for sure.
Like I said, maybe a year, maybe 2 years, who
Hmm.
knows?
I
So,
mean, if anything, we'll still support them
mhm,
to maybe. I think everybody that tries it out is gonna help, push it towards when it actually works the way we want it to. So
exactly. And who knows, what they can pull out of their hat, their little tricks. It literally takes
yeah,
that one little itty bitty, workaround to change everything.
yep,
And like I said, I think we're a little bit off, but yeah, who knows? Who knows? Maybe this is the stepping stone to get them to understand how to, get things rolling. So,
yeah. Oh, one last thing before we end the video. We should talk about the GeoForce. Because
the what?
the did I say GeForce?
The Nvidia
Yeah,
Nvidia GeForce Now.
yeah. That you just mentioned to me a couple days ago about how that is what Stadia should have been.
Yep, because it
And
uses your existing Steam, Epic, UPlay, all that accounts that it just checks in to see if you actually own the game, and then boom,
Mhm,
you can use the game, and it runs phenomenally. Okay, and I'm using a wired connection, so
mhm,
it's still got the artifacts. But if I had nothing else, this is where it would be at. If I literally
right.
had no computer and I want to play, a Steam game that's just directly for Steam, this would be a perfect way to play it. It would be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it, and I contributed to it. I gave them the $5, and they actually
Mhm.
gave me the what do you call it, the 90 days for free.
That's
So
pretty awesome.
I love it, man. It runs perfectly fine as long as you have a 10 gig or not 10 gigabit. That'd be crazy. A 10 megabit connection download. If you
Yeah.
got that and it's stable, then it's good. But like I said before, with the share or the remote play, you will not be able to do this on Wi-Fi. You have to have a stable connection.
Yep.
Because
And
I tried it out on Wi-Fi. Hey, it didn't happen. There was way too much latency.
I gotcha. Yeah, that's why I brought that up, because it's essentially kind of the same thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like they are taking a step in the correct direction.
Exactly.
You know, they're taking it the direction it needs to go to be where we want it to be. So I just thought we'd mention that real quick.
Yep.
But,
I'm very happy with where the NVIDIA GeForce Now is going. It's a lot more, you know, in the right path than Stadia. Because who the fuck wants to pay $60 for a fucking game that's not theirs? Like, and fucking Google is so notorious of just, hey guys, we got this new thing. Guess what? You didn't want it? We're shutting it down, you know? And then all your money's gone. Who wants that? You know what I'm saying? Who fucking wants that?
You bought the Founder Pack? Well, guess what? We're shutting it down. Too bad.
Yep. So, anyway. They're notorious for that. But, yep, I think that remote play, if it's done correctly, it would be pretty awesome.
I agree. I guess we'll see more in the coming months, hopefully.
Yep. Hey guys, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and click that bell icon to get notified for all of our new videos. And once again, thanks for watching.